Welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts.
Big G.
Karen Allen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
And?
Fallbio.
Right.
Otherwise known as Jimmy Chips.
Jimmy Chips.
All right. Jimmy Shrimp Chips.
Jimmy Shrimp Chips. Trips.
Jimmy
the Shits. Something.
Jimmy the Shits.
I almost wore my parental advisory t-shirt today.
That would have been great.
Wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
What are you doing?
I was going to wear my thong bathing suit, but I decided not to.
Thank God it's a little cold out for that. Mm-hmm. We're good. What have you been up to?
Yeah, I don't know. Not much. I just went shopping, tried to buy some camo pants, and I couldn't find any.
Oh. Well, you have a wah.
That's Shauna. She's a lucky girl.
That's
Door
right.
number 3, huh, Shauna? So
Tenth
Jimmy.
show. It's our 10th show. And
It is our 10th show.
We got Jimmy.
Jimmy's
joining us.
So,
and we got Brother Steve from Texas.
Steven, what's up, my brother?
He says, hey, Jimmy.
Hey, what's up, Stevie?
Nice. So, Jim, thanks for coming out today.
Thanks for having me, man.
Sitting out and
Been a guest on many shows, and finally allowed me into the chair.
That's right.
That's right.
He moved his way up from the
I
casting couch.
I moved my way up the
Right
casting.
from janitor right to the show.
Right.
We won't tell you what he had to do to Greg to get on the chair.
I started out by emptying ashtrays.
I still walk with a limp. It's all right. No worries. Oh my goodness.
Oh my!
Jimmy is a big Scotch guy, and he.
I wanted to be here for the cake.
The cake. See, that's something. Jimmy's always thinking about food.
Everybody loves cake. Come
Right.
on.
That's right.
So how long you been in the Scotch business? I mean,
Actually, I started out. I was a big Jack Daniels guy and beer guy, and then I got hired at the sheriff's office in 1990. I got promoted to the detective bureau. I never solved any crimes, but I never got indicted either. So and I never shot anybody.
No report, no court.
That's right.
That's how I roll.
I never. But I started getting into detective movies and stuff, and my favorite movie of all time was Sea of Love with Al Pacino and John Goodman.
I love Al. Just watched your
And
Godfather
Al
last night.
Pacino's move of drinking that movie was a double Dewar's and soda. So I'm I started drinking Dewar's, and I love Dewar's. That was my drink for years after that. Was Dewar's, Dewar's and soda, or just straight Dewar's. And then I discovered, and then I also bought my first humidor in 1990. My
Nice.
first 100 cigar humidor. I also started getting into cigars. So. Smoked a lot of cigars, drank a lot of Dewar's, and then about 5-6 years later, actually after I started hanging out with you guys, I started discovering single malt Scotch, and Dewar's was like another world for me.
Right.
So, and ever since then, it's been single malt Scotch. Glenlivet, Glenmorangie, Glenfiddich. I recently discovered Bruichladdich, which you have one of the boxes over there.
I do.
Is that
and
the
it's-
teal-colored?
That's the teal-colored Scotch.
Canister?
That is a great Scotch.
And for me, it's everybody's palate's different. For me, I love smoking cigars, and I love Scotch. Just works with cigars for
Sure.
me.
I get
So,
it.
like some guys, it's brandy. They say Winston Churchill woke up every day and had a glass of Scotch and a cigar in bed. But and,
My mother did that
That's
for
a good
years.
way to go.
so for me, it's just
They
it's
were
just
shaving her
been
back. She would always say, "Give me a Scotch."
that's for me. It's been Scotch ever
Make
since.
sure the bottle's full. It's going to take all
Yeah.
day for you guys to finish that back. Go ahead. Sorry, Mom.
I love how you look down when you talk to her.
So
We've known, Jimmy, we've known you for a while, and you've been bringing a bottle of Scotch over every...
bring a bottle of Scotch every time I'm over here.
We met at the sheriff's office.
Yeah, we met at the
First
sheriff's
started.
office,
We've
and been friends ever since. I've known Greg for
20,
30 years. Yeah, 30 years. I've been recently retired from the sheriff's office, 31 years. So glad I'm out of the game.
Me too.
So with all the bullshit going on, but that's another story. But that's my Scotch story. I'm just a big Scotch guy. I still like Dewar's, but when you start drinking single malt Scotch as opposed to blended Scotch,
right.
somebody bought me a bottle of J&B from my retirement, and I drank J&B, and it was just like it wasn't there,
Right.
But it's just for me, it's been single malt Scotch ever since like 1996, 1997.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
So yeah, blended. So it is a different game.
it's a different.
And in fact, we have a Whiskey Wizard on blended coming up very soon.
Awesome.
So we'll talk more about that.
Great. Well, thanks for coming out today.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir. Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
Jimmy.
We've got
Okay.
some good stuff to try today, that's for sure.
Speaking of that,
You see, the pours are a little light, kids. So until
well, yeah.
we
So
acquire-
that's a good segue because one of the things on the Whiskey Wizard is we don't want to feature and taste something that our audience can obtain. Now, when I did buy this around Christmas time, I did check a number of sites and it was readily available. So it's suggested retails about $100. I think right now everywhere I saw it, it was about 125. But I couldn't find. Everybody said they were sold out. So there is a shortage right now. I went to the Glenmorangie site and they said they were sorry. They are out, but they are making more and they will release a good bit in the near future commercially. So hopefully it'll once again be available, and when that happens, we'll try to cover that on our news segment and let our audience know. So if what you see tonight, if it sounds like something you would like, we'll try to alert you as soon as it becomes.
After we acquire our bottles first.
After we get our couple bottles, then we'll let everybody
saying.
know that it's available. So,
Amen.
but again, we try to only feature things that our audience could obtain if they choose. So you might have to go online and some of that, but at least
Like
you
the
can.
Cavalon last week. That's pretty much how
Right.
you're going to get that.
Yeah,
is
you are
going
going to
on
find that
online.
probably at Giant Eagle, but anyway, so that's our little disclaimer we want to say. But anyway.
So talking about things that are readily available, Greg just found a couple bottles of chicken cock and brought it home. You got the rye and just the regular Kentucky bourbon.
I can't remember what the other one was, to be honest with you.
So I am excited to try that. Jen Boggs, when you come up, we're going to drink that.
Right, and yeah, and so if that's what she wants to do, that's fine. Otherwise, she can also maybe something that she wants to try but hasn't. We can look for.
Oh yeah, not for the
Yeah.
show necessarily, but
Yeah.
just a taste test because we do that sometimes.
Yeah, but anyway, so we're talking about Glenmorangie. A Tale of Cake is officially what it's.
Should we check it out on the bottle cam?
It's time for the bottle cam.
It's a beautiful bottle.
It is a beautiful bottle.
Hey everyone,
Really
it's time for the bottle cam.
Very
The bottle
colorful.
cam.
Ooh, look at that. Ooh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Oh, shit. son.
Oh, yeah, looky. All right.
All right, yeah.
So, Greg, I hear you were doing the bottle cam one night, like midnight?
It's a long story.
Yeah.
But apparently it worked out well.
It was nice. I just asked him for a still photo, but I got a bottle cam bonus thrown in there. That was
Nice.
really cool. Yeah.
I won't ask why you were doing it at midnight.
Leave
Was
it
this
alone.
night after this?
Smell like cologne, leave it alone.
Was this the night after Royal Havana? Say no more.
I believe it was.
Doug texted me and said, "Hey, I need some pictures of that bottle." I'm like, I sent him a picture of Royal Havana. He said, "Look, I guess I'm waiting until tomorrow." No, I'll take care of it when I get home. And I did.
Yeah. I found it in the morning, which is what I expected.
All right.
shit.
So
Okay.
who do we got out here? So I mentioned we got Steve Williams out there from Texas. We also have Shauna, who is enjoying The Sea of Love as well with Al Pacino.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie with John Goodman.
Yeah.
Rob is on.
Rob from Wisconsin
What's
is
up,
on.
cheese guy?
We got Ronnie Feckaday is on.
Ronnie.
Ron.
He likes the bottle cam. And R.A., just R.A. says yo.
R.A. Who's that?
Is that... That's what I was going to say.
Ralph
Is that
Angelo
Sidecar?
Lord.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Sidecar.
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 Oh,
When do you
no.
come back to the show?
Yeah.
Gosh, we haven't heard from
Yeah.
Sidecar in forever.
No, believe
In
it
New
or not,
York.
I'm kind of missing
So
it.
Sidecar, if you're listening,
We don't want him back that bad.
if you're listening, I found a box of LaFleur and Delusion Bulls,
Ooh.
and I will have that box next Friday. Long story, but I got a box. On top of the box I already have. But
I was
that's
going to
okay.
say, wait a minute. You have...
Yeah,
Never
but
mind.
I'm going to smoke this box.
It's another story I don't want to know, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So...
That's good.
And I'd like to thank John and Glory when they were here last week and they sat on the casting couch. They brought me, just from down the street here, Crooked Pecker's IPA.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. That's the name of the brewery. It's called Crooked Pecker. I love it. I couldn't wait for it to open, just name alone. But turns out they have really good beers, and this
You
is
do? You love it?
yeah.
It's good.
And the beer is good?
The beer's good too. I like Crooked Pecker.
One of these days when the weather breaks and we're going to do the show, we'll have you guys come out early and we'll go to Crooked Pecker.
Oh God, that's going to be a show if we're a half in the bag.
Hey, before we dive into the whiskey, I guess we're a little remiss. Big G, what are you smoking?
I am smoking a 660 Royal Havana cigar made for and tailored for the Whiskey Roundtable. So Ecuadorian and oh my God, my
Habanero? No, that's a pepper.
no. Habano.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
See,
you.
I do
And,
listen
yeah.
sometimes.
I also want to say before we move on to that, Ronnie Fackaday, the Whiskey Roundtable. Thank you very much, as always. It's a
Yes.
great.
Awesome.
I
Beautiful,
think we
beautiful
got,
thing there.
I think Rich is Rich is watching, and he says to tell Jimmy the Chips that he says hello.
Oh,
Nice.
Frank and Karen's neighbor.
oh,
Sidecar
Sure.
called us asses.
Perfect.
Just because you're not in the room doesn't mean we're going to talk bad about you or good about you. Whatever.
I have to say,
You're still Ralph.
Sidecar, since you're listening, I just have to say this. Since you left, my booze inventory has gone up. I have more than enough cigars I know what to do with.
And the lighters all
And
work.
we
And the lighters
look at all these lighters. Look at all this shit right here. Look at, I mean, I got lighters out the ass.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You got
And
one
not
over
one
here.
is broken.
Yeah.
But you can flick our Bic when you come home because you're not
Amen.
getting any of these.
My
buddy.
pants will be down and waiting. Just saying.
Oh, I don't even know
Did you
what
say
you're
dick or
talking.
dick?
Yeah, both.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't even know what he's saying here. But Cameron, hey, thanks for joining. You're gonna
Yeah.
get a little peek of Cameron on the Whiskey Wizard later.
Yeah, Cameron and Lauren helping me out on today's Whiskey Wizard. So. All right, well, let's taste some whiskey, or let's
Yeah,
talk
let's get
about
in,
some.
let's get in.
Let's talk about tonight's
You
whiskey.
want me to talk a little
Yeah.
bit about what we got going on here? Okay. Let me find my notes. There are my notes. All right, so we did talk about this is a Glenmorangie cake. It is a limited edition release, and hopefully there'll be more to get your hands on coming up in the future. Glenmorangie, they've been making single malt whiskeys since 1843, and the distillery was started by William and Anne Matheson. And it is in northeast Scotland above Inverness.
Northwest.
North.
So, so if you're looking at Scotland this way, Inverness, and then it's up here on the. There's like a
Oh, okay.
water ocean inlet there, and it's right on the coast.
Okay.
By the hello ladies.
Well, I'm just
It's a bit nutty.
gesturing,
I
but
was making sure. All right.
Anyway, yeah, so it's over there.
northwest Scotland. Yeah.
Northwest? Okay.
Yeah.
So what they are known for are their copper stills, and they're supposed to be the tallest copper stills in Scotland.
And and so, you know what that means? Or are you going to tell us?
Well, from what I found out, they're saying that's supposed to, the longer the neck on the still, it's supposed to bring out more taste and aroma from the different ingredients
Right, and
there.
so if you picture a still, you got the pot, and then it has that long neck. So the longer that neck is, then the harder it is for the distillate to make it out, right? So it keeps falling back in, but so it really makes for a very light spirit.
Oh,
It
okay.
doesn't pull as much stuff with it, so it tends to make a nice, fine, light spirit. So that's what they're known for because of, and that's true if you know their whiskeys, right? So
I do not, so yeah,
well,
thank you for that.
they're soft in flavor and body. My proof is still up there, but they're just.
Didn't you say that was your favorite 10-year is Glenmorangie?
It's one of my go-tos. The 10 is almost always somewhere on my in my stock. So, and if I kind of want a single malt, that's one I'll just grab for, So
Well, maybe we'll try some after show. We try some single malts that we have. So
Do a little tasting since you don't have to get up early and go to pick up some stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'll handle.
that's good. Anyway, they
I'm still gonna
said
get
that
up early, by the way.
you always do.
I got shit to do tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Anyway, go ahead.
Sorry, it's Thursday there. It's a
Oh,
little warm down here tonight,
Oh,
isn't it?
man, It is. a
Or is it
lot.
just me? I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
It's okay.
I'm sweating like two fat girls trying to over a chicken wing over here. Fighting over.
I like chicken wings.
Nice. There you go.
Anyway, the water that they use to make the Glenmorangie comes from Tarlogie. I really screw up these Scottish words. Tarlogie Springs. And the spring was created over 100 years. The rainfall goes through the limestone and the sandstone. and it's supposed to really give this whiskey some hard water qualities, which is interesting because here we are, in the country, we have hard water with our well water. So
Best water in the world.
that's what you
But
say.
yeah,
Best water in the world.
the best water, like all the good, like, this stuff, it all comes from limestone filtration. Limestone karst, and that's a great filter. But at the same time, it filters out the organics and the crap you don't want. It also adds nice minerals that you do want for flavor and that. So there's it's the distillery's right on the coast, and to the backside of it there is a set of hills which are made out of limestone. So.
Cool. And
Awesome.
you now, I know you've been to Scotland, but have you been to the Glenmorangie distillery?
Yes,
Wow.
we visited Glenmorangie it's third day we were there or something like that. We drove up through Inverness, and that was our first big stop of the day.
Was that where you were in the pool that day?
Oh, with the chickie.
No, that was in
Iceland.
Iceland. That was Iceland.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Several days before that.
I gotta just leave that picture in here so I could just go to it when we talk about it. But anyway, so cake. Back to the whiskey we're drinking. This is a limited release, and it's created using their regular single malt Scotch whiskey, and it is finished in a Tokaji dessert wine. Here's a picture of Tokaji. Has nothing to do, for you movie nerds like me, die hard, Mr. Tokaji. This is, it's actually, this is coming from a region in Hungary where they're known for their sweet wines.
Yeah, it's a special region, just like Bordeaux in France. Tocage.
Tocage, what did you say? A something?
Well, the actual wine, I think, is Tokaji Azu.
Nice.
ASZU. So yeah. So it's a world, I guess, in the world of wine, it's a very well known, high quality dessert wine.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Is created by, all I saw was Dr. Bill, so thank you, Dr. Bill.
Bill Lumsden. In fact, we're going to do a future whiskey wizard on him.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And
Thank
Lauren's
you for
gonna
filling
help
that
out
in.
with that.
Awesome.
He was thinking about how his, favorite memories always had to do with cake. So he wanted to bring out a whiskey that also brought a happy memory. So that's where he gets this from. You did say it's probably a little bit of higher proof, and it is a 92 proof
Wow.
whiskey. So
Yeah.
a little high on the scale there for the Scottish whiskeys.
What is the regular 10 year proof?
Do we have what's
What is that?
Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
Hold on while our old eyes adjust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 moment, please.
It was on the front of the bottle of this one, so maybe the bottom where your thumb is it down there? In the dark print?
I can't see it.
This is what we do when we get old. So, okay, tip. You take your camera, here. You take a picture, and then you blow the sucker up so you can read it.
All right. Well,
All
us know what you
right.
find out.
It is 43, so it's a little
86.
bit.
Wow.
It's 86.
86. Yeah. That
Okay.
makes sense.
See, all these tricks you learn by watching the
That
Whiskey
surprises
Roundtable.
me that's that much of a higher proof.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Wow.
surprised too. I was really surprised.
Probably guessing just if they're going to finish it with that sweet dessert wine, probably to balance it a little bit so it's not so sweet.
Give it a little extra
Yeah.
oomph or something.
So that the flavors come through, but it's not too cloying. But we'll find that out, won't we? Because we're going to taste this eventually.
We'll find it out. One more note is that in 2020 at the International Wine and Spirit Competition, it did win a silver medal.
Ah, okay.
So I'm surprised they had the International Wine and Spirit Competition in 2020 with all the craziness that was going on with COVID. But they did, and it won. And let's pass this out.
Yeah, as I was checking on its availability earlier, I did see there's a lot of buzz about it. There are a lot of people trying to get their hands on it. So we'll see.
Danke Shane.
Oh, somebody go upstairs and shoot that dog, would you?
My gun's out in the car. I'm sorry.
Ooh. Smoky.
Are we
We're
doing
nosing.
Are we doing nosing?
We're nosing. Yeah, don't
Don't drink
taste
nothing
it.
yet.
So the color, I would say, looks pretty similar to the 10.
Yeah.
Standard 10 I'm used to.
Cool.
But ooh, wow.
I think it's darker than the 10, don't you?
Maybe a little.
It
I'm really smelling light fruit.
like fruit.
Tropical fruits.
Tropical fruit,
Kind of
right.
tropical fruits.
Peach
and
or
some
maybe
Kind of
mango
honey,
or
maybe
something
some
like that.
pear.
A little honey, maybe?
No.
Definitely
Okay.
some, like, almost, of course, I got some vanilla, but I get almost like some lemon curd or citrus.
Curd?
Lemon curd.
Like a custard, lemon custard.
Really?
Yeah.
See, okay, I'm getting the fruit now. My initial was the smoke. I got a lot of smoke on it.
I didn't get any smoke at all.
But now
I
I'm
never
getting
got.
the fruitiness.
I didn't get any smoke.
No? Maybe it's just because it was sitting by my
Yeah,
cigar.
Damn too sick. Don't put your
Well,
cigar out. Don't put your cigar out in your.
I get heavy like mango and peach.
Yeah.
There's something else in there. But
Really?
I can't think of what it is. It's another light fruit, but I just can't think of what it is.
I can definitely pull a dessert wine kind of smell out of there.
Yeah, it smells sweet.
Sweet and
Yeah,
fruity
it
to
does
me.
smell
Yeah.
sweet. Definitely sweet and fruity.
Honey, it's
That's
sweet.
really-
It's sweet and fruity, just like you, dear.
Thank you.
That's a nice.
What?
That's a nice nose.
Wait till you eat my cake.
Oh.
Now I'm scared. Now I'm
Oh.
scared.
You want some icing?
Oh, God, here we go.
God Almighty.
Message received.
Loud and clear. All right, so on with
Sorry,
that.
kids, I'm here all night.
Unfortunately for me, but anyway.
Oh, my
anyone else want to note any nose notes before I read what I
Well,
pulled off?
I definitely I could see the honey.
Yeah.
I
A
could
little
feel
honey
that, I
and
could smell
cream,
that.
maybe.
I don't know. I mango, peach. There's something else. There's another fruit. I just can't think of it. What it is? Maybe it'll come out in the palate. I don't know.
Maybe
that's
it'll
what
come
I'm-
out in the notes
Oh,
that I
okay,
read
that's
too, because
fine.
there are a few fruits in here.
Okay.
Any last calls before I go in for the official?
I'm sticking with my lemon curd.
Okay.
Okay.
Lemon
don't
curd.
Custard, lemon custard, whatever.
Okay, so Glenmorangie says it's complex, rich, and multi-layered. I definitely agree with the multi-layer, just because I got the smoke and then I got the fruit. So, but it has a burst of passion fruit, pear,
Okay.
peach, and mango.
Pear. You said pear?
Pear.
I think I said pear.
Did you say pear? Pear curd or just pear?
Pear.
Okay.
That was one of the tropical fruits, and pear.
I don't get any
Lemon
pear out of
curd.
it. That's not what I'm tasting or smelling. Sorry. Could be the cigar. I don't know.
So it says it has more savory notes like baking bread and a gentle sappy oak with a flinty minerality. Is that a word? Minerality?
What are you reading now?
Minerality.
Minerality. Exactly right.
Look at that.
Flirty minerality emerge.
Flinty.
Flinty. Is it flinty?
Flirty, flinty.
Okay. Well, I'm at the angle here, so I can't really see until I get on top of it there. Anyway.
I know. It sounds like somebody flushed the toilet upstairs. I don't
hope
know.
the dog falls in the toilet and goes right with it. Anyway.
Wow.
Back to the show, kids.
Okay, so it's followed by classic Glenmorangie notes like honeycomb, vanilla, almond, and a hint of milk
You say
chocolate.
honeycomb?
Honeycomb. You called out
There
the
you
honey,
go.
Jimmy.
I get the honey too, but I would have never said honeycomb. I just said honey.
I would say honeycomb. You know.
Isn't that a cereal?
Yeah, it's a honey.
It's
It is
song,
a
too.
cereal.
It's
It is a
song,
cereal.
too.
No, no one needs me to sing. Trust me.
I watched those shows when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoons are the best.
Shall we?
So
Oh,
let's try
yes.
it.
Let's
Yeah,
try.
go.
Okay, yes. That's
All right.
why we're here. Right?
Let's
Let's taste this.
Let's do it.
Lemon at the front taste.
I could taste lemon in I get
At
a
this-
whole
I-
aftertaste of lemon. Very lemony.
I get a hint of citrusy,
Yeah,
something
actually,
citrusy.
Fruit,
on the
I don't know
palate,
what it
I'm
is,
not
but
getting
yes.
the lemon. I'm getting almost like orange. More
Mine's
orange, stone
straight
fruits, and I'm getting some.
The peanut gallery's going crazy over
know.
there. What you two are up to.
I'll
Turning all red over
I
there,
get,
both
I get,
of you.
I got some
I get
almond,
straight
like
lemon.
a-
I get straight lemon on it.
Yeah.
I can't believe
So
how
you weren't
it's
getting any
very,
lemon
very
on the palate,
smooth.
but I
It is.
heard
It's
the
good.
nose.
Yeah.
Got a little heat, but it,
I-
I mean nothing. Long
I'm getting
on the
more
finish.
orange on the palate.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I think the citrusy that
Yeah. I mean, I think I could probably say some orange, but it's definitely more lemon power for me than it is orange. But it's good. It's good.
What's the almond like? Marzipan.
Marzipan.
Maybe a little bit of that. Because there's definitely I guess where the cake comes from. There's definitely like a baked goods flavor in there.
Oh, the gallery wants some.
Oh.
Yeah, we can share.
Yeah, we'll share.
Just
You got it.
go easy on it.
You got it, G.
Go easy, big.
Just
Go easy,
gentle.
B.
Be gentle.
So
like a young boy.
What do you expect? This is the Whiskey Roundtable.
So I will say they said this is supposed to be really good with actual cake too, and I can see that. I can see a cake taste to this, which I
just can't see drinking scotch with cake.
cake
Well,
goes with
maybe
that.
this one. There are pairings with desserts, and this
Yeah, I
is
mean, you can do
one
a
that they
whole
recommend.
pairing with a meal, all from an appetizer to dessert. You
Hey,
can do a whole
funny
pairing.
you mentioned that. That is another upcoming, soon to be released Whiskey Wizard. So
Oh,
food and
So-
whiskey pairings.
I would with Rich. I would help him, and we did all these events for wine, and same as wine, from appetizer till dessert with a cigar and a glass of wine. Amazing. Very
Yeah.
good. Absolutely.
Chris Snyder's out there. He says his tasty notes sheet usually says it tastes like whiskey.
Greg.
Oh my God, Christopher Britton Snyder. To what do we owe this incredible pleasure?
I really, I'm impressed with this. I haven't. So let me
Yes.
ask you guys a question because you were drinking the regular Glenmorangie before we went on.
Well,
with
I was
this
drinking
one.
the 10-year, and Doug was drinking the.
This is the neck door, the Sauterne cask finish that we featured on a cigar and whiskey pairing episode that will be airing in June. So I had a little bit left from that and thought it would be a nice one
Very nice.
for pre-drinking today.
That's good.
How does
Yeah.
it compare? How does the cake compare to this?
I like the cake better than the 10-year, personally.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, this
I-
is something special. I agree with you.
Yeah. I think it's nice of Doug to offer me the bottle after we're done.
What a guy he is, isn't he?
He's a great guy.
Not only is he going to give you the bottle, but he's going to order you one too.
I will.
Sure.
Talking
I-
about that, brother Steve in Houston, he says it's available, so get off your wallet. I know you're coming here in a month
Yeah,
or so.
get off your wall and grab a couple bottles.
Come on now.
Quit playing.
Come on now.
Don't talk about it. Do
There
it.
is a
Damn it. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting different things, but marzipan, some orange, citrus, honey, still that stone fruit,
Marza who?
light fruits is in there. Marzipan.
Didn't you date her?
I think I did. She dumped me.
after we found out she had the lemon custard. Between the lemon custard and the yeast, I'm sorry.
What do you? Yeah.
Oh crap.
Get
Okay.
a little, and then again a little like white pepper, a little spice on the.
It definitely has some spice. Not terrible though.
No,
Not terrible
no,
at all.
it's
I can still taste it. It's
Yeah.
a long finish as far as I'm concerned. It's
Yeah.
good.
So I can read the. You want me to read the palette?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
See how we did.
So it is tart and luscious at the same time. Tart. I think that's the lemon. That speaks to the lemon that you were pulling
I
out.
was getting orange more in the palate. But
Leading into a burst of sweet cake-like honey again with white chocolate, apricot, which I think you said,
Wow.
almond, vanilla, and pear. And I think this is where you might be getting the pepper. It's balanced by a hint of tangy orange and menthol.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely get the orange, and I get orange on the 10-year also. That's one of the flavor profiles that's something I always pick out of the 10-year too. Is that, and so I think they start with the 10-year from what I understood. So this is, or the cake is the same as this, and then they take this after 10 years, and then they finish it in the Tokaji wine casks.
Not to be confused with Takashi from Die Hard, but
Right.
the wine
That's right.
region.
Amen.
And apparently those casks are very difficult to handle and manage. So, but if there's anybody that can do it, it's Glenmorangie, because they're great at finishing
Sure.
whiskeys and different things. So.
And as you mentioned, the finish, it says it's a lingering aftertaste. It reminds you of a combination of honeycomb, chocolate, almond, and Jen Boggs, pecan nuts.
Pecan nuts, yeah.
Pecan nuts.
Gotta get the nuts in there, girl.
Absent
Got it.
skins.
So we gonna rate this or what?
Oh yeah, we gotta.
Boy, that's what we do here. And so let me. I was a little remiss, and I didn't delete last week's scores. So
Oh no, you did. Oh, I got
let
them.
me do that. So we're good, and the guest.
All right. So do we want to start with our guest on the scoring? You know our
we
score,
don't usually
Jimmy,
do
1
that,
to
but why don't
5.
we-
1 to 5.
Why don't we put him on the spot and let him go first?
I would give it a solid 3.5.
3.5.
Okay.
Any explanation around your score? or-
Just the smoothness and how it's on the palate, and I don't get the menthol. I don't get that, but just I would give it maybe higher than that, but just
It's good. 3.5.
3.5.
Okay.
3.5.
It's a respectable whiskey roundtable score.
Absolutely.
Does it come to me now?
Sure, we're going that way.
Okay. Now, I'm falling into this category, but we're picking good whiskeys. I'm just going to go with a 4.05 on this. This is
Wow.
one I would
Zero
like.
five.
This is one I would like to have. I would like to have in my collection. It's not going to be easy to maintain, but if I can find it, it's something I would continue to buy, to have on hand. So
All right.
Gotcha.
I like the. It's got a lot of nice things going on, both in the palate and on the nose, but it doesn't. There's nothing to me. I was expecting it to be a little bit sweeter, which maybe I wouldn't like so much. But I think it's a beautiful whiskey. I think they didn't, as usual. Glenmorangie did a great job. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice.
As I'm drinking, I'm sorry, did you have anything
no,
else?
that's all.
As I'm drinking this, I forget it's a scotch. Does not make me think of a scotch at all. And Steve, I know you're watching.
For you, I think that means, if I could say, probably you mean it doesn't have peat or smoke. It's not smoky or peaty. Right?
Yes and no. So to me, scotch has a very distinct taste to it. When you drink a scotch, you know it's a scotch. And I don't think it has that scotch note to it, that taste to it. It doesn't taste like...
I do think the finishing does subdue that a little bit.
Absolutely. I really like this, and they say it's a dessert wine. It would go good with cake. If we could, Steve, I know you're watching.
Who's Steve?
Steve
Who?
who?
Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve. 216, brother.
216. I don't answer that phone. Anyway, if you could get some of Grandma's lemon cake with this,
Yeah.
cause damn, it would be good. Anyway, I love this. I really do. Doug, I think I'm right there with you. I'm gonna give it a solid 4.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Wow.
Awesome.
That is nice.
Maybe my rating should have been higher. I don't know. I'm comparing it to some of my Glenlivets and stuff
that's
that I
fine,
love.
that's fine.
So maybe I
Yeah,
should.
no,
I don't
everyone's
know.
different.
Leave
Everyone's
it alone.
Okay.
Smell like cologne.
I'm
leave it
sorry.
alone. Leave it
Your
alone.
score again?
Smell like
Karen? I'm
fish,
sorry.
make it a dish.
4
solid 4.0.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, and I'm doing that too because with 4.0, Doug, as you always say, if it's a 4, it's something you have to have on your shelf.
I feel like it's something that I need to have. If I can get it, I would want to have it.
And I want more. So,
You want more?
look, Elvis, grab that bottle. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, hey, this particular bottle is the property of the Whiskey Roundtable. So,
What?
so whatever.
I thought you
happens-
said you were gonna give it to me.
Jimmy,
I
Jimmy who?
don't remember that
Jimmy,
conversation.
Jimmy who? All right, Greg,
Big G.
what do you think?
So, I'm not very diverse in scotches. I struggle with them. I like scotches. I'm just, whiskey, bourbons are my favorite. So, it's very good. I would definitely want to have a bottle of that on my bar.
We can find room.
If you could find room.
Just for the fact of the rarity, I would like to have it. It's it's good. It's
The
good.
collector in you would like to.
Yeah, the collector me would like to have a bottle or two.
Yeah.
One for me, one for everybody else. But you know what? It's good, and I'm a solid 3.5 now.
I was guessing a 3.
Really?
3.5 right here.
All right.
3.5 with Jimmy. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So those are pretty
did we
solid
do the
scores.
second bottle can or the third one?
Oh, yeah. You know what?
We
This
were
would be a
supposed to do the
great
second.
time now that, we've given our scores. We can go
Let's
back
do
and
that bottle cam again, shall we?
So just so you guys can see, this got a 3.5
Hey
and a
everyone,
4.
it's time for the bottle cam.
And
The bottle cam.
is
Oh shit! Look at that.
taking the house.
Looking good, Billy Ray.
Feeling good, Lewis. All right. No, that was good. So not only is the container box attractive, but what's inside is pretty darn good
Pretty
too.
darn good too.
Like it.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, don't mean to cut you off, but I just was curious, audience guys, what do you think? We get thumbs up on this one from you?
Anybody?
You're right, it doesn't have that scotch peat.
Right.
It doesn't have the scotch. I don't know if everyone can hear you, but yeah, it doesn't have the scotch taste to it.
Yeah. Let's talk about the peatiness, because you like a peated scotch. I don't like a
I
peated
do, yeah,
scotch.
but I don't have to have them all be
I don't-
that way.
I don't
mean,
mind-
It's just like wine. I mean, I can. Sometimes you want a red, sometimes you want a white. I mean, I love Glenmorangie, and their profile's not very peaty. Although I think the 10 you definitely get some peat
Yeah.
in the profile with that.
So I mean, my thing is, I don't mind some heavy peated, smoky scotches. There's some I really don't like, but there are some that I do like. And I mean, I've never been a scotch guy. It's just not my palate. I do enjoy some. Jimmy and you are always good about bringing some good scotches over here, and I enjoy those. But my palate is bourbon. All there is to it.
That's your go-to,
My
definitely.
go-to, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but the reason I say I like to have a bottle or two, I'd love to have a couple bottles. One for the museum, and one for my friends.
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Is it the Whiskey Wizard time?
Time for, I think.
It is, and that's a good segue into your shirt that you're wearing, which Lindsay points out that you
Islay,
are
yeah.
rocking Isla NASA t-shirt like a true whiskey science wizard.
So it's like the NASA symbol, but it says Isla.
Nice.
Isla's a Scotch whiskey region. So
Pat Patterson says hola.
Steve
Patty.
says 216. Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
Chris Snyder said, based on the label, he would never ever. But he trusts us, and he says he's sure it's very good. It is, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
It is
really
excellent.
Yeah, I can't wait for Chris to come
Yeah.
back out. We had a great
Yeah.
time last time he was here to
I
do the show.
think we have to talk to him yet. I don't know for sure, but I think there's a chance he'll join us on the Mother's Day show,
Okay.
at least in the audience. We haven't really, but that's something we're working on. So
It's you. She wants you. That's what she's barking at. She does. She loves you.
She's got to go to the bathroom, I guarantee it.
Does anyone mind letting the little
Can you let her out? Let
monster?
them out?
Yes.
Thank you. And if she gets out of line, just tie her to the mailbox.
Yeah. And strap a free sign around her neck.
Make sure the run goes across the road.
Oh,
What?
Oh,
PETA.
no, you did.
PETA has been notified.
I don't give a shit about it. I'll eat every one of those animals.
People eating tasty animals.
Yeah.
There we go. So anyway, so from your shirt to the Whiskey Wizard.
And this is
Yeah.
about blended scotch.
no, that's coming up. This
Yeah.
is actually
Oh,
well, I explain it in the Wizard, but a tasting that I did with my son Cameron and his girlfriend Lauren out in the West Coast. So
With some beautiful scenery.
we did 5 different scotches. We'll be featuring one of the. We'll be featuring them throughout the rest of the year.
Correct,
So
correct.
this is the first one that we did. It's the Bladnock 10.
Awesome.
All right, so this one is about 12 minutes. So stay tuned, and we will
We'll
be right back.
See you in a bit.
Bye-bye.
Whiskey Wizard. It's the Whiskey Wizard.
Hello and welcome to the Whiskey Wizard, where we say that whiskey making takes scientific knowledge, an artisan's skill and dedication, and a bit of the wizard's alchemy of light, air, earth, and fire. Tonight I'm kicking off the first of 5 in a series of single malt Scottish whiskey tastings. These will be scattered throughout the 2021 year, so no worries if you're not such a Scotch whiskey fan. For those of you who are, or are wanting to give Scottish whiskey a serious try, then hopefully this effort will hit its mark. I picked 4 whiskeys that I've been wanting to try and that are reasonably attainable for all of you out there, even if mostly through online ordering. I'll also try to close with some more economical or obtainable alternative suggestions where possible. I ordered these ahead of a trip to the West Coast, where I had my son Cameron pick these up from Mission Liquor in Pasadena, near Los Angeles. We got together and did a little tasting event over the course of a few evenings. Cameron's girlfriend Lauren added a great 5th whiskey for our tasting as well. So we begin with the Bladnock 10. This is a lowland Scottish whiskey that comes from the southwest of Scotland. So while it's a lowland, it is also a maritime whiskey produced right on the southern coast. Bladnock is one of 6 remaining lowland distilleries located at Bladnock near Dumfries and Galloway. The distillery is located on the banks of the River Bladnock, and it has the distinction of being the most southerly whiskey distillery in Scotland. It was founded by John and Thomas McClellan in 1817, and during the 1890s, misfortunes are said to have struck the whole distilling industry, but Bladnock somehow survived until 1949, when the distillery was closed until 1957. It was later closed again by United Distillers, but the mothballed distillery was discovered by the Armstrong brothers in 1994. After renovations, the distillery reopened in 2000. The first 8-year-old single malt produced by the Armstrong brothers became available in 2009. Bladnock, under still new ownership, announced 3 new expressions in 2017, created from aged stocks by master distiller Ian McMillan, the no-age statement Samsara, the 15-year-old Adela, and the 25-year-old Talia. Bladnock Distillery also produces a premium blended Scotch whiskey branded as Pure Scot. I personally loved the delicate floral freshness of a Bladnock I tried several years ago, and that's why I wanted to try some more ever since. So let's check out the Bladnock 10, shall we? Okay, this evening we're going to be we're tasting the Bladnock 10, and without too much fanfare, let's get to it.
Go in.
Okay.
So, of course, this is a lowland whiskey, and kind of true to that character. It's very light in appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
You can see it's got a decent. I can see some decent legs on that.
it's a honey color,
Yeah.
Yes, it looks like almost like a Chardonnay wine.
Totally, it does.
and we're drinking it out of white wine glasses, so that's appropriate.
Yes, yes. We
It
forgot our
smells-
whiskey glasses.
They work
so.
quite
But
well
they
for
work.
whiskey.
They're
good
a
for
good.
nosing. And
They're a good.
Speaking of nosing, this smells like dessert.
the first thing that I get when I go in there is actually like green grapes.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I get
I
some-
smell creme brulee, vanilla,
Yeah.
baked
Yeah, I get
goods.
that. I get that. Now.
I get honey, and I get
First
definitely like a sweet dough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the vanilla, the creme brulee. Like I get that.
Yeah.
now. I get that
Like
after I've been in there. for a
A
minute.
little like custard.
Yeah.
A little bit of a
Yeah.
custard.
Yeah, like vanilla
Or-
custard.
Every Christmas,
Yeah.
my mom makes cinnamon rolls, and the dough for cinnamon rolls before you make the filling smells like this. And
Yeah.
That's. I mean,
And there's a
lots
little-
of vanilla though. I think
Definitely.
we can all definitely agree on
There's
like
a little
vanilla.
bit of. There's definitely some light.
still not getting the
I'm
green
getting
apple.
the grape. I get like a green grape.
Yeah,
almost
that's
like
what I
that.
was saying. That was the
Green
first
grapes,
thing
you
that
said.
jumped out to me, like crisp, sour, like not in a bad way, green grapes. So that was the
All right,
first
I'm gonna
thing
take
that
a
hit my
taste.
nose.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go in.
See what we get on the palate. Here.
oh,
I can
wow.
say right now, this is the best lowland I've ever had. I think.
I haven't
I
had a
think
lot
this.
of lowlands.
I think this totally blows Glenmorangie out of the water. Both. I've had the 12
And I like.
the 10.
And I'm a fan of Glenmorangie.
Oh, me too. I love
But this
Glenmorangie.
is.
I
Yeah, I had this years ago, and
I
I
do
can't
really like that.
honestly can't even remember if it was 12 or what exactly.
Or who knows what their
But I
offerings
remember I
are.
said I thought of Bladnock. I often search for it. Often the places don't have it. It's been very hard to find. So when I saw that I could get it, I didn't hesitate.
wow.
So
That's excellent.
what do
It
we get?
tastes
What are you
like
guys getting?
vanilla and baked goods,
Yeah.
but it's not as sweet as it smells like it's going to be.
It's not as sweet, but I definitely get, once I'm tasting it, is where I get a lot of those dessert flavors. It's not sweet, but it's like vanilla. Like it tastes like it would pair perfectly with like creme brulee.
I
Yeah.
definitely get vanilla. I get honey.
Yeah.
Um,
It's got all of those really rich flavors.
yes.
It's
I
not
want-
acidic.
I want to eat raspberries
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
this. Not that it tastes like raspberries, but that I think it would go well with raspberries. Yeah, it tastes like creme brulee.
Oh man, that's so good.
And there's
A
a
little bit of a.
It definitely is
the
doughy.
finish. The finish is rich. Like
Yeah.
when you taste it in your
Yeah.
mouth, it's very light and crisp and refreshing, even though it tastes like all these heavy desserts.
Yeah.
But then once you swallow it, the finish is rich.
A little butterscotch candy on the
Totally.
finish, like
Totally.
it's like if you had a Werther's original one.
Wow, I can't believe this is 10 years old. It tastes so good. But one of my
Yeah.
favorite whiskeys of all time is still the Glenmorangie 10. I still think every time I try that, I'm like, this is incredible. So maybe I shouldn't be so surprised, but it tastes beyond its years. I
Yeah,
think.
it's much more easy drinking and balanced and smooth than most 10-year scotches around.
Just good. It would be good after a meal. I also feel like this would be a good afternoon whiskey.
Totally.
On
Oh,
the
yeah.
veranda, just
Oh, yeah.
It's a
maybe
good warm
with a
weather
glass of
whiskey.
ice water on the side, just
It's a
enjoying
good
the
warm
work
weather
for the
whiskey.
afternoon.
This isn't a whiskey for there's a storm outside and
It's
I'm
not a
hugging
fireside
This is
Christmas
not a
Eve
fireside
whiskey,
whiskey.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is a
I think it definitely is summery, just because of the light body. You know, I think the flavors aren't particularly like floral and fruity like some other whiskeys I can.
Well,
think of.
actually, I thought that this was going to be more floral because that's one of the things that you can get off the lowland. I was expecting maybe
And that's
some
not the
more of
flavors
that, but
I'm
that's
getting
not
from
what
it.
we're
It's-
getting.
No, not to me. I
Yeah.
definitely
Oh.
on the palate.
This time on the finish, I just got like a little blip of chocolate just for a second, and then it went away.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, there may be a little bit
I'm
of
still-
baking
I was just
baking
gonna say.
chocolate at the end.
And burnt sugar.
There's like a little bit of a candy finish to it.
Oh, that's very good. That's
Just,
very
I
good.
love that.
Yeah.
Are we doing ratings?
Yeah, so let's we're going to give it our whiskey roundtable ratings of 1 to 5, and everybody's pretty much familiar with that by now. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm falling in this category a lot, but this is everything I hoped it would be. And I'm gonna give this a 3.9.
Oh. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna be. I don't know what this bottle costs, but not knowing the price on it and tasting it, I'm like 4.25 on this. I love this. I'm gonna go buy this bottle for sure. I'm gonna go buy this as soon as I get back home. I love
Wow.
this. This is like it needs to be on my shelf
Because I
because
know-
it's such
Especially-
easy
I
drinking.
know from you if it's a 4, that means you would have to have it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy it. That's what it means. It's like, yeah, it's worth buying. I'm gonna go
Well,
buy
your
it.
shelf is mostly Isla's right now, so this will be a good counterpoint to what you've got as well. Yeah.
So that's how I feel. I really love this. I really love this. It makes me really interested in trying the rest of their stuff.
Yeah, me too. I've
This
always
is the
intended to.
this is the
and-
first Black
And I
Knight.
did assume I
This
would
is
start
also-
with this one. So,
It's also the first black knock I've ever had. It does make me want to try the rest of their offerings.
yeah.
Um,
Beautiful distillery on the southwest coast of Scotland.
yeah, I think I'm gonna say a 4 even on this.
No, so
Um,
we're all very much
I'm
enjoying
impressed with it.
very
I'm
high on
pleased.
this one.
I'm pleased with it. Like, this is a bottle that I would buy. I don't think I'm quite as sure as Cam. I need to go get this right now, but I love this, and I will want to drink it again.
I love the thing for me that really just makes it unique is how light it is, but just the really rich flavor. But it's not heavy. Like if I was gonna get this kind of flavor out of a Highland Scotch, it would be so much heavier.
Well, it depends on which Highland Scotch.
Well, but
The
these
Nectar
kinds.
Dior is not heavy.
No, it's not heavy, but
It would definitely
it's
it would
not.
definitely be spicier. And
Yeah.
it would be,
It's not this easy drinking. You
This
know what
is
I mean?
a
And it's so
deceptive whiskey. You
light,
give this
yeah.
to someone, and they may very well not realize how drunk they're getting. What is the percentage on this?
it's a, I think it's a what,
40
46?
something.
46.7.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
46?
it does not taste
No,
like that.
no,
It-
I was gonna say 41,
Yeah.
43.
This disappears very, very quickly.
It's really nice.
Well, that's a real joy as far as I'm concerned.
And it is unsurprisingly, given the flavors we have, it's a bourbon whiskey barrel matured. Not just a finish entirely in bourbon whiskey barrels. Lowland
Which makes
Single Malt
sense.
Scotch. Celebrating 200 years of Bladnoch. As of 2017, that was 200 years.
All right, we'll turn that towards the camera.
All right, let me get a better grip on it.
All right. So that was the Bladnoch 10 Lowland single malt whiskey, and yeah, well,
Oh, that's so good.
I do
Oh, I
really like
love
that.
that.
as you noted, this whiskey was definitely rated highly by the three of us. All I can add is that it was a real delight. A great whiskey for anyone at any stage of their Scotch appreciation journey. For easier to obtain whiskeys in the same vein, consider the Glenmorangie 10 or the Glenmorangie Cake, and also, of course, the Glenkinchie 12. This is Doug Dunbar, the Whiskey Wizard, for the Whiskey Roundtable, Slanjava, and now back to the live show.
All right.
I am so jealous of that scenery. I know you all were looking at the scotch and the whiskey and all,
Right.
and meanwhile I'm looking at the palm trees, going, "Oh my god!"
I was looking at Cameron.
And That was late January too, by the way. So
Wow.
Yeah, it was
But,
nice.
yeah.
Very nice. Good
yeah,
show.
that was we had a lot of fun that weekend, doing those different tastings and a few different settings. So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Very nice. Very cool.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right, so we found out that the dog needed to do her business,
Oh, that was the barking.
and now she's all quiet. So thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Dick.
Any who's-its. All right, what do we? Anything you want to wrap up with the Whiskey Wizard?
Do we have any news that we? Where we? Yeah, we're getting close to our limit.
I don't have any news.
You don't like that cigar, do you? You're about ready to burn your fingers.
I'm about ready.
Well, look. We're kind of at our limit, close to. So I'll just say I'll just give a little teaser on some of the releases that came out in April. Blade and Bow 22-year-old is supposed to release this month. Blood Oak Pack number 7. I think we might have mentioned that. Jefferson's Ocean, aged at sea, voyage 22. Old Fitzgerald Bond and Bond is I think that is out. We talked about that last week. Penelope Barrel Strength Batch 6. Stranahan's Bushmill Single Cask Malt. Okay.
Stranahan and Bushmill?
Yeah.
So well, you don't have
Stranahan's Bushmills Single Cask Malt is what it says.
Huh.
Interesting. That does sound.
I don't know. And Buffalo Trace releases a Baijiu style spirit. So if anybody knows what Baijiu is, it's the most drunk spirit in the world, and that tells you.
Does he walk around and knock shit over because he's so drunk?
Baijiu is
He's a drunk spirit. This is
some kind of a
goes.
Chinese distillate made with sorghum and peas or something. I don't know. But apparently Buffalo Trace, and they're always up for trying new things.
I'm very disappointed.
They're announcing a limited release of this. It's I guess it's finished in this Baijiu casks and American oak. So
as far as I'm concerned, Buffalo Trace has sold their soul.
Ooh.
Wow.
I have a feeling we got to talk about this off camera.
Effing scumbags. Anyway, go ahead.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
All right. On that note, let's finish this up because I want to hear this story.
He's a Buffalo Trace man. I mean, that's interesting.
This is going to be good.
That came out of nowhere, but okay, some interesting after-show discussion, I guess. But look, we'll save some more. There's plenty of more, and then we'll save for next week. But
yeah.
And I'm sure there'll be some more news tidbits that pop up. But there's a lot of stuff going on out there with releases in both the single malt Scotch, bourbon, ryes, and even Canadian whiskeys, which is something else we're going to talk about, which we've never done any wizards or any shows. So that's another.
So we talked about that last week, but after the show. But we're definitely going to do. We'll put that on the calendar.
I already ordered something that we'll talk about. So
okay, all right.
Maybe.
So you want to do like a potential Canadian month or just a couple weeks?
A show. We'll dedicate a whole show
okay.
to
all
it.
Right.
I'll have a whiskey wizard on it. We'll have our. Well, he's actually from Wisconsin. But if
We'd love to have you for that show, Rob.
Yeah, because
Rob would do the
he's
show.
He's from Wisconsin, but that's the closest thing to a Canadian.
That's the closest thing to a Canadian we can come up with.
Son.
They both say a boot and a dude.
A boot.
So.
I go, a boot. He goes, did I stutter?
Did I stutter A?
A.
We want to thank everybody for watching tonight, and if you're with us here live or if you're catching this later on, we do want to remind you that you can watch all of these later on if you don't make the live show. We'll be back again next week at our usual time, Friday, April the 30th.
Awesome.
And we are doing Dickel 12.
The Dickel 12, which is Dickel Batch 12.
Batch 12.
Batch 12, I'm sorry.
So, but hey, don't forget to subscribe to us on your YouTube page. Let me start again. don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page if you haven't already. Follow us on Facebook. If you have any questions or comments, you want to be a guest on the show, you can comment on Facebook, or you can email us at thewhiskeyroundtable@gmail.com. And our closing quote.
I would like to, before you go to that, I'd like to thank Jimmy
Yes.
Thank you,
Falbio
Jimmy.
for
Appreciate
sitting
you.
in and sharing your
Thank you.
story. Did a
Thank
great
you.
job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank Greg and Karen and Doug. And Greg's been my friend for 30 years, and he and I have shared a lot of memories and a lot of tears around this table.
Amen.
And whiskey and cigars can help you through the bad times and help you enjoy the good times.
Amen.
And we have had a lot of good times.
Yes, we have.
I'll drink to that,
Salud.
brother.
Salud.
Love you, man.
Salud.
Like we say in Italian. Salud.
As we say in Battaglia, drink up. There we go.
Oh, man. Okay.
All right.
So, closing quote for today comes from George Burns.
Yes, I love that.
If I had all the money I'd spent on good Scotch whiskey, I'd buy myself a lot of good Scotch whiskey.
What else?
That's it. All right, kids. Let's roll.
All right.
All right, let's take us out.
All right, kids. We'll catch you cats next week. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll catch up with you next week. Big G.
Karen Ellen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
Falbio, Jimmy Chips.
Jimmy Shrimp Chips.
Listen, be
All right.
careful. Have a great weekend. Till next week. God bless. And
Be safe.
Be safe, absolutely. See you next week.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hasta Winnebago.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped. Poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee.